and go.
Okay, so today you can notice that there's quite a lot of like calcium buildup on the cell. This is the thing that makes chlorine out of the salt in the pool. So as the salt comes past, it picks up a couple of electrons and turns into chlorine, but then it leaves behind a couple of calcium molecules, I'm pretty sure, that just end up here. It's sort of how like water softeners work and stuff. But it builds up over time, and sometimes you'll have to give it a wash and a clean to make sure that it's producing chlorine at a rate that it should. So the things we use to do this is we first turn it off, so we switch it on to off, and then we use this cool dude, which has got a strap wrench, because we need to get this untied. So to use this, you're just going to unhinge that, put it around this way, because we're righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. This way, and this strap is just going to go into this little channel. We're going to roll it around here, pull it a bit tight, and then this is going to provide like friction leverage on it so that we can undo this. So now it just comes off by your hand, like that. Yeah. Now there is a little rubber grommet inside of here, so you have to be careful. Ours also has like a little crack along here, so you have to be careful not to do it up too tight, because we don't want this stuff breaking off and then the seal sort of going. But give it a little pull. A bunch of air is going to come out of the system, which might make us hard to get the pump going in a little bit. But and you can see inside here, it's not, hopefully not going to come. Oh, there you go. The grommet sits on the inside as well. So if we leave that in, it's good to know that if it's pissing out of water, then there's a good chance that the grommet's not in. So we're going to hang this off. It's all good to be able to touch it, but it is good to be careful if you've got sensitive skin, because it is quite, like it is alkaline. And then we're going to take some hydrochloric acid. And we're going to place it in a bucket. Doesn't need to be heaps. Be careful when you're putting this stuff in, not to splash it about. You don't want to get it on your hands.
What's in the bucket already?
Just pool water. So we're just diluting. So I've probably put like 300 or 400 ml in there. We don't need, it doesn't need to be super strong. Alright, now we're going to bring it over to here, and we're just going to like dunk this in. So the acid is going to react with this, just like vinegar and bicarb. Put it in. Is it bubbling?
A little bit. Yeah, it's bubbling a little bit. Yeah.
And then I'm going to take my little stick, paddle pop stick or whatever you got, and you're just going to like scrape off as much calcium as you can. Get in and around these bits. It doesn't take much to react with this stuff, just to loosen it off. I think best off not to use metal things though when you're scraping, so no screwdrivers or anything. Give it a little wash. And this stuff's going to be a bit harder to get off. But...
Wow.
Oops, sorry.
You're right.
So where it's heaviest is where that sort of chemical reaction is happening the heaviest. So you want to make sure that if there's heavy deposits, then you want to clean them as best you can, because that's the best place that that's where it's sort of naturally occurring chlorine, or that's where the chlorine is being produced. So give it a clean, and this should help us. Our pool be happy. Yeah.
This is amazing content.
It's like full ASMR, maybe. Alright, that's pretty clean now. Looking pretty good. Everything's gonna flow through there. One little rinse. Yeah. Now we're just gonna reverse the order. Back into here. There's a little notch here, a centering notch that aligns with the centering notch on here. So if you try and put it in wrong, it won't go. So we want to align the centering notch. Obviously make sure that that seal is in there. And then we're just going to come up, all the way up, and do up our thing. You don't have to use that strap. You can just hand tighten it, because the more you tighten it with that, the harder it's going to get off the next time. So we just want enough that it's pushing that grommet up against. We've lost a little bit of pressure, so we'll see if might take a little while. If it's not filling up, sometimes you just need to open that and fill up the pump with water. But for the most part, I think generally, if there's no air in the lines down there, there's enough water usually to get you up and going. Yeah, here we go, starting to trickle in.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And because the pool needs acid, can we just pour that into
Now
the
we can
pool?
just pour it into the pool, yeah. It's good to check whether the pool needs acid, but I think in this case it does.
Alright, should I turn the video off?
Yeah.